Let's break down the handbags from the new Chanel cruise show and see which ones seem like they're going to be durable, like the materials are going to hold up, like they're going to pass essentially the new European Union eco-design principles that are coming into effect, from the perspective of a handbag designer and someone who works in the Italian leather goods industry and has her own brand. And if you like this, I can make this a whole series. I'm not going to go into the design of things, but I am going to go into how they're constructed. But from what I can see in the photos, and especially material wise, if I think that they will hold up over time or if they could be problematic and why. Okay, so starting off with this distressed canvas bag. Now, I will say that I'm sure the canvas is a very high quality. I can just never get behind this like already looking distressed when we've just bought it look. So I do think, unfortunately, like almost all bags that are made out of canvas or fabric are inherently less durable than bags that are made out of leather, especially if they have leather trim on them, because it just makes it more difficult. You have to spot clean them. You can't actually like send them to be dry cleaned or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one like I guess I'll give it like a 4 out of 10 just because it's already distressed. So what's the difference if it kind of gets ruined? Okay, this is more classic. This looks like it is suede to me. And if it is in fact suede or nubuck in a baby blue, all I can say is like, don't let it touch anything or it will get dirty. Suede and nubuck are notoriously difficult to clean. They somehow attract every dirt and dust and grime you could possibly think of. I do love the new logo, but if you are not a person who is pristinely clean, I would not go for this color or this material, although it is beautiful. It's beautiful for the runway. So I guess I need to give this a 3 out of 10 because it is in like a leather or a robust material, but suede or nubuck is just a nightmare to keep clean. And there's no real way to clean it. This one is super cool. I can't tell from the photos if the thread that is holding the beading together inside what looks like leather trim is also in leather, like if it's leather cording or if it's actually thread, because if it's leather cording, then this is durable as hell. And I would say a feat of construction and very, very, very cool. And I would give this like a 9 out of 10 for durability for sure. Also, unless those beads are glass. So we don't really know. If those beads are glass, then this is hella delicate. These embroidered ones are absolutely beautiful. I think it's embroidered on some sort of Duchess satin that looks like it has sequins over it. Again, this is delicate because the embroidery can definitely snag the light color and the Duchess satin. It's just around the edges, not going to be as durable as like a leather bag would be. And unless it's pristinely taken care of over time, like along the edges, it could just kind of get a little bit worn looking. But overall, the fabric looks pretty robust. And I'm sure that the embroidery is very securely on there. So I would give this like a 6 out of 10. The other thing to consider, and I'd want to see the inside of the bag, I would bet the inside of this bag is lined in like a lambskin because the inside part of the chain rubbing against the Duchess satin could dirty it or just like kind of make it pilled over time. So I'm going to bet the inside of this flap is in lambskin, and they did it for that reason. And also because you should be lining $5,000 plus bags in leather. Shame on you if you're not. This one, I'm going to go ahead and give a 0 out of 10. It is very, very, very cool, but I'm guessing it's 3D printed in plastic. And if that's the case, then the minute, if you ever snag any of these on anything and it rips, there's no way it can be repaired. Even if this is rubber, there's just no way it can be repaired. It really doesn't look like leather to me. If somebody knows that it is, let me know. If it is leather, that's pretty cool. But just from the way it's all constructed, it really seems like it might be 3D printed in either rubber or plastic. And for that, I would give it like a 1 out of 10. Because anything in plastic or rubber, the minute it rips or breaks or scuffs or anything like that, there's just nothing we can do to repair it. I love this bag. I think it's one of the cutest ones from the collection. And I don't really have any notes. It looks like it's in a woven raffia, which tends to be pretty durable. 10 out of 10. Oops, how did that get in there? That's my bag. That is the Sarah bag. 100% hand macrameed and handcrafted here in Tuscany. And I think she's a great resort bag also. And I will be wearing her to a wedding this weekend. So if you like that bag, check out our website. We have a bunch of different colors. And I'll end with the piece de resistance. This is jewelry. This is not handbags. This is so beautiful. And I freaking love the handbag stand because when you work in handbags, they'll tell you that handbags don't sell in stores unless they can sit up on the shelf by themselves. And I hate that because I'm like, people like bum bags. People like really soft satchels. People like slouchy bags. You know, I don't agree that every bag has to be super structured, that it sits on the shelf by itself. But if you're wondering why bags are so structured all the time, that's part of the reason. And this is just such an FU to that because like, now I never want to see this Minaudier without this beautiful coral stand underneath. Anyway, this isn't really about durability or anything. Like this is a collector's item. This is jewelry, but I just thought it was so beautiful and I loved the fact that they incorporated a stand. Anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want me to do more of these, drop another brand in the comments and I will get into it. Ciao from Firenze.